Well, it is officially 3 o'clock Eastern time here in Michigan. Thanks for stopping by and indulging me for the next hour. My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jer Bear. Today's date is Sunday, October 9th, 2022. I hope you've all been doing well. Joining me off camera this week is my dad, who's over on the couch. I don't know, you might be able to see him waving off in the. There you go. Now you can see him. He's back there. So I was away for a week because I have been dealing with a nasty sinus infection for the past couple of weeks. And I wanted to point out that I may have to pause every so often to cough or clear my throat because I'm still kind of, getting over the sinus infection. I've been sick for the past couple weeks, which I haven't really um, done a whole lot. But I think I'm starting to feel better now. Like I'm at the tail end of the sinus infection where I'm able to actually walk and to venture out and to visit with people, go places, do the ordinary stuff. Um, but for a while, I was really sick with a nasty sinus infection. I'm still coughing. I'm still hacking up stuff. Not to gross anybody out, but I felt that this week I'm feeling well enough that I can do the Sunday video update and to kind of get everybody up to speed on what's been going on. So before I get to anything else, and so it begins with the coughing. Before I get to anything else, I wanted to announce that for those of you who are Beatles fans, today would have been John Lennon's 82nd birthday, and today is Sean Lennon's 46th birthday. So happy birthday to Sean Lennon, although he has no idea who I am. He has no idea that this channel even exists. But what the hell? It's worth the shot, right? The chat log's open if you want to pop in to say hello. Any rude or just anything nasty and negative being said in chat, you will be removed. I have no tolerance for misconduct or disrespect. You'll be booted. But yeah, if you've been a long time viewer of my Sunday video updates, come on in, say hello, introduce yourself, but you will behave yourself. So to get everybody up to speed on what's been going on around here, my mom celebrated a birthday last week on the 3rd. I wanted to hang with her on her birthday, but because I was sick with a sinus infection, I figured that a phone call would suffice because I don't want her to catch something that I have that may be potentially contagious. She's got other health issues she's dealing with at the moment, and I don't want to stockpile on top of what she's already dealing with. But we talked for maybe a good 50 minutes or so on the phone. It was nice. I went to Bronner's. Was it yesterday? It was on Friday, wasn't it? Yeah, I went to Bronner's on Friday. Went over there, took care of some business, and yeah, so there was something else I wanted to talk about actually. So for those of you who are fans of the WWE, there was a recent death. Her name was Sarah Lee. She was from Midland County here in Michigan, and she passed away at the age of 30. She leaves behind 3 children. They have not specified the cause of death yet. I have a feeling we're not going to know for a while, at least. She was the Tough Enough winner when WWE had the Tough Enough contest. She won. She is a T wrestler, very young, and my love and condolences go out to her family. Once again, they have no idea who I am or that this channel even exists, but it's always worth mentioning that, from a human standpoint, my love and condolences go out to her family during this awful time, and to her 3 kids, of course. But yeah, she was an NXT performer, a former NXT performer, and she won the WWE Tough Enough competition. And she was from Midland County, Michigan. Hope, I think, to be exact. That's where she was born, in Hope, Michigan. They can hear that.
They can hear that?
Yeah, they can hear that. If I can hear it, they can hear it. So there's just been quite a bit happening. Um, so in last week's, I guess, video announcing that the Sunday video was going to be canceled, at the end of that video, you saw a picture of someone named Megan Murphy. She passed away tragically in a car accident, and Megan and I were really good friends. We met one another through mutual friends in the childhood cancer world, and we would always keep in touch. We would text each other, message each other in Messenger, and just kind of like, "Hey, what's up? How's it going?" And so I was very heartbroken and shocked to learn of her death because she died so tragically, and she was, I think, 30 years old. And so I've been kind of dealing with that, going through the emotions of that, and yeah, so there's been a lot going on. I visited with my relatives yesterday. I went up to my uncle's house. He's moving back to Chesaning to his old place, and his girlfriend, they're getting all settled in, and new beginnings, new adventures await. I wish the best for him. I went up there to visit with him yesterday, and it was the same old routine. Kids were running around, running in and out of the house, running through the house, making noise, causing commotion and all that. But they're kids, kids do that kind of stuff. But it was nice to see some relatives that I have not seen in quite some time, and they um so my cousin Sammy, yeah, my cousin Sammy was lying on the bed in the living room because there's a bed in there, and I think it was one of the neighbor kids. They were watching this I don't know, or playing some game on a tablet. I don't even know what it was. And I kind of tapped Sammy on the shoulder and I said, "Well, what you doing, buddy?" And he didn't answer me. He didn't know it was me at the time. And I walked out to the dining room, visited with Uncle Tim and his girlfriend for a little while, and kind of talked for a minute with some of my other relatives. Then I go back into the living room, sit on the edge of the bed, and I said, "Are you going to answer me what?" I'm kind of tapping his shoulder. And then when he turned around, he's like, "Oh, I remember you." And then he gave me a big hug around the neck. It's like, yeah, I think you would remember me. We're related. We're cousins. Um, he's like, "What's your name again?" I said, "My name is Jared. You should know my name." He says, "Jared, that's your name." He's only what, 4 years old, I think. He's like 3 or 4. But it's like, come on, dude, you remember my name, but it was kind of cute. He's like, "I remember." Well, I hope so. Certainly hope so. So that was basically the crux of my weekend. Like I said, I went to Bronner's on Friday. That was nice. Walked around and I did take care of some business. Not going to say what, but I did a little business over there with them. Checked out the store, walked around as I usually do because Bronner's is beautiful. I'm not really into the Christmas holiday, not like I used to be, but the store itself in general is beautiful. It's the size of 5 football fields, and it just goes and goes and goes. But it's really nice over there, and there was some business I had to take care of. My grandpa's house is currently up for sale. It originally was 124,000, but they had to lower the price to 119,000. Still for sale, and the listing is on Zillow, I believe. Um, and when I went by there on Friday, and they got the red arrow pointing to the back. It says "Home for Sale" out by the edge of his road. And actually, it's called Kerman Road, but it's actually a driveway. And the road that it comes off is Gary Road. So the sign is out front with the arrow and it says "Home for Sale" pointing in the back. My grandpa owned that whole driveway, although he called it Kerman Road. But it's actually a driveway. Is somebody here? That might be FedEx because I'm expecting a package. I special ordered something off of Walmart and I am expecting a package. Sweet. I figured they might show up during the Sunday video update. I told Dad I wasn't going to talk about what I ordered because it's really nobody else's business, but I did order a package. Huh? Yeah, you can just put it over there on the couch. I'm not gonna disclose to anyone here what I ordered, but yes, it did come in a big box. Did you have to sign for it? I figured they would be here today because they came from Saginaw. Well, it shipped out from North Carolina. Then they were in Perrysburg, Ohio, and then they were in Saginaw at 20 after 6 this morning. I actually followed the whereabouts of my shipment, and it was actually supposed to arrive on October the 12th, but I got it 3 days earlier, which is fine by me. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to open my package, check it out, see if it's what I ordered. And if I'm satisfied with it, cool, which I think I will be. It didn't come in a very big box, though. I would have imagined it would have been a little bit bigger, but no, no,
Okay.
no, it's the whole thing. For the price I paid, it would be the whole fucking thing. And for those of you who are, you're new to this channel, yes, I swear on occasion. I don't think it gives a fuck, but I do swear on this channel. If you don't like it, there's other channels that don't have swearing. But while you're here, you will get swearing. You'll get the occasional cough or the occasional sneeze or the occasional whatever on occasion. Kind of speaks for itself, but that's what this channel is about. And so if you can handle a few F-bombs every now and then, welcome to this channel, where cursing is always allowed. But something that doesn't interest you, doors that way. Go somewhere else. And of course, like I said, chat's open. So if anybody wants to come in and talk, just behave yourself. And if you have nothing nice to say nothing at all. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Most people now, I'm guessing most people know now that I'm an atheist. And there's this program that I used to watch every Sunday on YouTube. It's called The Atheist Experience. And it had come out last week that Matt Dillahunty, he was an original of the ACA for almost 8 years. He decided to step down as the host. He's going to be going live on his channel at 4:00 his time, which is in Austin, Texas, so it's Central Time. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to wait until 5:00 because it'll be 5:00 here by the time it's 4:00 there, and I'm going to join in on his live stream, and hopefully he'll notice me when I come into the chat room. But Matt Dillahunty was very instrumental in my discovery of my atheism, because when I was 26 years old, I started to question my beliefs, like why, like I believed a certain thing for so many years, and so is it really true? And so I started to scour the internet, seeing if anybody else feels the same way as I do. And then I stumbled upon the Atheist Experience, and then listening to other callers, because it was a live call-in show, and theists or Christians would call into the show, give their reasons, like they explain what they believe and why, and the why is the most important thing. And listening to some of these people, it's like, at one time I could relate to those people. And when Matt Dillahunty would come back with a response that would make more sense, it's like, I never thought of it that way before. But I'm not sure if Matt is aware of my channel, but I really owe him a great deal of gratitude for helping me cope with the fact that I have discarded my religious beliefs. I'm not a Christian anymore. I'm not going to come out on Facebook as like, oh, by the way, guys, I'm an atheist. I just don't talk in terms of religious doctrine or religion in general. I don't discuss religion or politics on my Facebook. But Matt Dillahunty was very instrumental in helping me come upon that discovery. And there's nothing wrong with being an atheist, especially in the angle that I look at it. And it's kind of the same angle as he has. And that is, I'm not saying there is no God. I'm not convinced that there is, or according to the Bible, I'm not convinced that God existed. Was there a historical Jesus? There may have been. There may have been. But according to the Bible, as Jesus or God is described in the Bible, that I don't believe. There's no good reason to believe any of that stuff. I think some people on my Facebook, I think some people kind of like they get a sneaky suspicion that I don't believe in God because I never, on my Facebook post, I never say I give it to God or I'm praying to God or I'll keep you in my prayers. It's nothing like that. I don't talk like that. I think people are starting to catch on little bits at a time. And if you can hear those dogs, I do apologize. They just don't shut the fuck up for anything. I think I pointed that out a couple weeks ago. They bark at anything that moves, and it's annoying as shit. And when Dad comes out of the bathroom, I'll have to ask him to go deal with that because I'm sick of listening to them barking when I'm trying to talk. It's a huge distraction. And I'm trying ever so desperately to tune them out. But other than that, I mean, with everything else going on, I've been doing okay. And I'm, keeping my head above water. I'm trying to keep my nose clean, staying out of trouble. That's always the important thing, staying out of trouble. I don't get in trouble. At least I try not to get in trouble. But everything else is going well. Hey, Dad. Dad. I don't know why he can't hear me. I'm literally shouting across the room and he can't hear me. But anyway, everything is going well. In fact, before I went live, I was talking with a few of my friends on Facebook and Messenger, and one of them said, "Well, I won't be able to watch as it's live, but I'll catch it later because I'm busy running errands," which it's fine. It'll be here. I'm not going anywhere, not for a while. But everything is, I mean, other than the sinus infection, I mean, I'm still dealing with, you know, post nasal drip stuff going on. Other than that, I mean, I'm doing okay. The leaves are turning color here in Michigan, which I think it's beautiful. I've been enjoying some of the scenery, the colors on the trees. I've been enjoying that. It's been beautiful. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday morning, Gaylord, Michigan had picked up their first flakes of snow. I know. Nobody wants to hear the word snow, but it's coming. Okay. And you just got to deal with that. It's the right time of the year. It's October in Michigan. We're going to get snow. It's the right time for it. It is starting to get noticeably colder. And we actually had to turn the furnace on for a little while because it had gotten a little chilly in here. And then they're talking about another warm up where it's supposed to be in the low 70s this week, which that's why so many people are coming down sick. Like right now, it's showing at 66 degrees. That's why so many people are coming down sick because of the drastic weather change. And that's why I come down sick so easily because of, my past health issues. So therefore, I'm highly susceptible to catching things that are contagious. But yep. So while I was sick, while I was away from YouTube, I was talking to some friends on Facebook, posting, updating my status, and I'm still updating my status. I've been getting a lot of rest, drinking a lot of fluid, especially juices and things like that. I've been eating chicken noodle soup. I actually made not a homemade soup, I guess. I wouldn't call it homemade, but I made my ham soup with the shank ham and the frozen vegetables. We had biscuits for dunking, and that helped to open my sinuses quite a bit. But I'm still dealing with that, and they just nonstop, constantly drain. And then my ears got plugged, and I had to flush the wax out, and so that was an adventure. But excuse me. But other than that, I mean, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. still alive, still doing my thing, writing in my journal. Haven't written any new poetry lately. Haven't had any new ideas, but rest assured I will be getting back to that hopefully soon enough. I just have to be inspired, or if I just sit down and kind of think about things and, oh, I can write about that, whatever comes to mind. So he is in the bathroom, I think. Dad, are you in the bathroom? I don't know why he can't hear me. I don't know why he can't hear me. It's just, I don't get it. He'll come back in here and, huh? It's like, what do you mean, huh? I'm talking to you. But yeah, everything else is going okay. When I went to Frankenmuth, on Friday, I went by Grandpa's, and that's how I knew that the sign was out front. The home for sale sign is out front. And so it's still hard. It's still hard. I will say it's still hard going back to, down that road. And a part of me still wants to go back there thinking that Grandpa's still alive. And I want to go back there and I want to see him and I want to visit with him, have a pop or whatever. But I can't do that anymore because he's not with us anymore. And it's been kind of hard. But I think it eventually, gradually, it's going to get better. My dad goes that way too. When he goes to Saginaw to his appointments, he'll go right by the road where Grandpa used to live. And a part of him wants to stop and visit with him and have coffee and whatever. But we can't do that anymore. And, I with my dad, this past week about, when do you still think about that? Does that still come to mind, seeing Grandpa on the kitchen floor? Because I still have issues with that. Uncle Danny still has issues with that. He'll still think about that. It comes to mind. And, I miss him. I miss him. I close my eyes or I can just dream about seeing that. And it's like, it doesn't leave my mind no matter what I do. And so it's been that part of it's still, there's still some difficulty and I'm still dealing with that and struggling with it. But other than that, I mean, I keep telling myself that life goes on and it was Grandpa's time and I'm just trying to live my life. Hey, Dad? Quiet, Bear! Sorry about that, guys. I don't mean to shout into the mic. That dog just does not shut the fuck up for anything and it's annoying as shit. And I heard hopefully that dog will be out of here pretty soon because I'm just sick of him being here. He just barks and barks and barks and barks constantly. And at what? The cats? I don't know. He'll bark at the wind blowing a leaf down the road. He barks at everything that moves, and it's annoying as shit. And it's also annoying when I'm trying to get my dad's attention and he doesn't pay attention to me when I'm speaking to him. That kind of gets annoying too. But I don't know. I'll be glad when this dog is fucking history because I'm sick of him being here. I love dogs. Make no mistake. I love dogs. I have 2 of my own. But we've been dog sitting for way longer than we should have. And I am ready for these dogs to be gone because they're not our dogs. So when they leave, I will be more than happy when they hit the road. I mean, they'll bark at 4:00 in the morning when we're all still in bed. And it's like, what the fuck are you barking at? It's either the cats, said the wind blows a leaf, blows something across the yard or down the road, anything that moves, at it. And it's kind of annoying when you have to listen to it over and over and over nonstop. And then I literally losing my voice going out there screaming at these dogs to shut the fuck up because all they do is bark. There's just no reason for it. My dogs don't bark at everything. Um, I don't know. It's really just weird. And I'm actually glad that they're going to be out of here because winter is just right around the corner, and the house is not big enough to accommodate 2 extra dogs because we have our 2 little dogs here. So they're going to be gone. Someone already said they'd be willing to take them, and so it just can't happen fast enough for my standards. I know it sounds mean, but you don't live with me, and you don't know what I deal with every day. But just to make clear, I love dogs. I don't hate dogs. I don't hate cats. But these ones have got to go because they are annoying as shit. So after I get done with this Sunday video update, like I said, I'm going to open up my package, check it out. I don't know. I suspected it would have been bigger than that. But we'll see. We'll find out. And I'll be checking out Matt Dillahunty's live stream. He's going to be giving an explanation at 4:00. If you are a fan of the Atheist Experience like I am, he's no longer with ACA. Matt Dillahunty is no longer with ACA. He announced that last week, but at 4:00 his time, he's going to be discussing his reasons for his departure from the atheist community of Austin. Like I said, Matt Dillahunty has been extremely instrumental in helping me with my lack of belief, my atheism, because something may come up in discussion that I may not have thought about otherwise, prior to the call. And Matt Dillahunty would kind of put that into perspective. It's like, well, I didn't think of it like that before, but now that he mentioned it, it makes better sense. So to say, and I've gone on record as saying before that Matt Dillahunty is like my fucking hero because and when I say that, when I say that Matt Dillahunty is my hero, I mean that like in a way of, he helped me to open my eyes to bigger and better things. Because religion for so many years, I've been a believer of things that I had no good reason to believe. And it's very limiting to this magnificent brain we have. And I think George Carlin even said that religion is very limiting to this magnificent giant brain we have. And it's better to view the world, in the most pragmatic way possible and go by what's evidently true and that purports with reality, which I couldn't argue that. But Matt Dillahunty especially has been very instrumental in raising some very interesting points. And my dad and I even talk about that. I hollered for you like 3 times. You didn't hear me yelling for you? I don't know how. How do you not hear me yelling? I said dad like 3 times. Yeah. Well, the dogs are out there barking about something I don't fucking know, but they're annoying as shit. But anyway, Dad and I have had discussions about religion, and my dad knows I'm an atheist. My mom, I think she's still in denial. I love my mom, but I think she's in denial of my atheism. She says, "Well, no, you're really not an atheist. You just, you listen to other people." Yes, I listen to other people who have given this thought, and they've taught lectures on this stuff. It makes sense. The things that I have learned make sense. I don't know. My mom thinks that I'm secretly still a Christian. I'm not. She thinks I'm coming back to Jesus. I'm not. I love my mom. She has her religious beliefs, which is fine. Can believe whatever she wants, but as myself, I'm not. I don't think that way anymore. And at my grandpa's funeral, everybody bowed their head and prayed.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting next to my brother Jay. I'm sobbing, grieving because it's my grandpa. Everybody's praying, and my brother's like, "Oh, put your head down. Put your head down, little brother. Pray. Put your head down." Fuck no. Just because you are doesn't mean I have to. I don't believe in this stuff. I'm here to show support for my family, and I'm here, to say my final goodbyes to my grandfather. I'm not here to fucking, okay, but I'm not here to be a part of this little, fucking show. Let's put our head down and close our eyes and act as though we're connecting with a higher power. I don't believe in that stuff. And I'll tell you what else I don't believe in: astrology. Like the Cancer and the Leo and the Gemini, the Pisces, Sagittarius, all that shit. I don't fucking believe in that shit either. It's stupid. It's absolutely asinine. And I don't know. I thought for sure I pointed out on Facebook that I don't believe in that stuff, but I don't think I have. I was doing like a post search on Facebook. It's like I thought I pointed out that I don't believe in astrology. I don't know. I didn't find anything, so I'm guessing now I'm gonna have to make a post about that. I don't believe in astrology. It's bullshit. I don't believe that certain zodiacs are signs are meant to be together, or certain zodiac signs are not meant to be together. There's nothing written in the stars about certain zodiacs. It's your personality. If you are a shitty person, you're just a straight up shitty person, irrespective of what your zodiac sign is. Um, that's the way that is. I don't go for that. Well, Pisces and Cancer, the behaviors of a Cancer are this, and the behaviors of the Pisces and the Leo and the Gemini, just shut the fuck up. None of that shit is true. I don't know why people actually believe that. It's got to be the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Much like religion, dumb. But anyway, wow, yeah, for the fifth time. So how was your week, Dad?
So.
So.
Same old shit, different day.
Yeah.
Still waiting to get my truck fixed.
Yeah, Dad's had to have some parts ordered for his truck, and he's just waiting to get that fixed. I think he's going to pay my cousin to do the job. Because Dad just, I don't know, you got to get underneath of it, don't you?
No.
No? I thought you had to get underneath of it.
All I gotta do is get jack one side up and do it.
Well, if you're not getting under it, why do you need to jack it up?
Because I gotta raise the front tire off the ground.
Okay. But you're still getting under it then, right?
So, well, the front tire is, I gotta do is take it off. I'm not getting underneath it. I'm getting.
No, gotcha. Okay. I'm not a mechanic. It's just in case no one can tell, I'm not a mechanic. And I'll tell you what else I'm not: a hunter. I'm not a hunter. It is officially bow season here in Michigan. October 1st was opening day. And I was talking about this on Facebook too. I've never shot a bow and arrow, but I have fired a gun once. It was a 410 shotgun, and I decided that I didn't like it. I never shot another gun after that. My Uncle Tim wanted me to take hunter safety courses with my cousins, his kids, and I just didn't want to. It just wasn't my thing. I never got into hunting or fishing or any of that stuff. I just do not like guns. I don't like guns at all. I don't own a gun. There's no guns registered in my name. I just don't like guns. And I know most people on my Facebook, they hunt, which is fine. They fish, which is fine. I just never got into that kind of stuff. I was never really an outdoor enthusiast in that regard. Like I enjoy traveling. I love going to different places, which is, that's entirely different and very far apart from hunting or fishing. Hold on one second, guys. Something fell. Oh, my whiteout that I use for my journals and my poetry. I love traveling, whether it be around Michigan or elsewhere. I love traveling, but I am not a fan of hunting or fishing. Hunting and fishing is just not my thing. Dad likes to hunt. He loves to fish. Um, but they've really tightened up the laws here in Michigan when it comes to hunting, because now, by what I understand, when you capture a deer, when you tag a deer, you have to register the deer on the internet. Now they're making you have to give pinpoint information where you got the deer, the very location where you got the deer, the if it's male or female. You got to include all that stuff now. The county, the township, whatever. You have to include all of that information to the state. You have to volunteer that. And I'm telling you, they're making it's getting so bad to the point where people are just not going to want to hunt anymore because there's so many different hoops you got to jump through.
Which is funny. I think it's funny because these farmers can shoot deer out in the field, but they don't have to register when they shoot them.
Yeah, that's weird. Where'd you hear that?
That's what it is. They don't have to register. They can shoot a deer out in the cornfield or anything anytime.
Yeah.
They get a block permit.
Oh, yeah.
But still, why don't they have to register them?
Yeah, you would think. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, for a regular person like my dad or my uncles or my cousins, yeah, now if you shoot a deer, you gotta give all that information. You have to volunteer all that information to the state, to the DNR.
Almost like with driver's license.
Yeah. And it just makes it not fun, for people who enjoy hunting. I like venison. I love venison. I've made chili with venison. I've made taco salad, I think, with venison. But I just don't like to hunt. I just never got into it. I don't like to kill living things, and I don't like guns. I don't know. That's just me. And most people who are watching this are like, well, how is it you don't like to hunt or kill living things, but you're going to eat the meat from the animal? Well, that's different. I'm not the one killing them. It's really that simple. I'm not the one killing them. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain if you are not a hunter, but you love eating meat. I don't know. See, there they go again, barking. Well, it's kind of distracting. They need to shut the fuck up. And it's the German Shepherd named Bear. Doesn't shut up for nothing. Stupid sinuses. Ugh. Here, sit here for a minute. Take my seat for a minute. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
I gotta feed them, Jared, because the cats are teasing them.
Hey, Thunder.
Thunder, that's the time. Cats went out there teasing on the porch.
Oh, we got about 20 minutes left of the show already. I had to literally scream at the dogs. I don't know if it'll do any good, but hopefully.
Because the cat was going out on the porch.
Yeah. You can hear the cats meowing. So let's see. This week, I'm not sure what's happening this week. See, today's the 9th. I'm trying to think of if I had any plans this week. I don't think I did. See? Yeah, he just doesn't shut up for nothing. I just screamed at him and he still barks. I'm going to have to take care of the sinus stuff because I'm still coming down from a sinus infection. And I think the worst of it's over, but I'm still sneezing and it's still draining in my throat, which makes it hard to talk sometimes. But I'm going to take care of that here pretty soon, as quickly and as efficiently as possible. I was actually thinking about getting another cup of coffee. Is there any coffee out there in the pot? Something that'll help soothe my throat. Because these sinuses just do not stop draining for anything. And I blow my nose, I cough, I bring shit up. It just continuously, nonstop. I might have to take some of that Coricidin. Matter of fact, is that still there? Do I got to take it with anything? Do I got to take it with anything? I got tea over here. I need one. Because this is driving me nuts. I should have took it before I went live, but I wasn't thinking. I just wanted to. I was excited to get back on the Sunday video update and talk to all of you and to get the word out. What's going on in my life? Which, not a whole hell of a lot other than the sinus infection. Well, people, that's going to happen no matter what you do. You're going to deal with people. You're going to deal with assholes. But anybody who knows me well enough knows that I handle people in my own special way. I just swallow it. Yep. Taking a Coricidin HP.
Yeah, that's what I take.
And it dissolves on the tongue?
Yep. No, don't dissolve on the tongue. You gotta swallow it.
Well,
that'll stop your nose from running and stuff. Yeah. Yep. Relieves runny nose, sneezing, body ache, and pain, fever, and sore throat.
okay.
Stuff that I take.
Oh, it's nasty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, then I have other ones here for chest congestion and cough. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. I got two of them. Good. Yeah.
And I'm dribbling. I'm dribbling tea everywhere.
Let me know how that works.
Oh. Okay. Now, for those of you who are wondering, no, I didn't chew it. I had to bite down on it to break it so I could, into smaller pieces, so I could swallow it. I didn't actually chew it and swallow because it's gross. But you probably see me, it looked like I was chewing it before I swallowed. No, I didn't actually chew it and then swallow. I had to break it with my teeth to get the smaller pieces. I have trouble swallowing pills if they're, or tablets or whatever the case may be, especially if they're too big around. Well, the change of the weather, like I said, the change of the weather does not fucking help matters at all. It's always the change of the weather, no matter what it is. Dad had issues with his sinuses, gagging and bringing up a lot of junk and everything. And Dad and Amy, I think you guys are doing better than I am because I'm still feeling the after effects. But then again, as most people know, I'm going to move my mic over with my face. As most people know, me being a child of cancer survivor, the chemo and radiation fucked with my immune system drastically. So that's why I'm more susceptible I have a very low resistance and a high susceptibility, I guess is what you call it. Let's see we got about 15 minutes left of the show. Yes, about another 15 minutes. Oh, what the hell? I'll leave my glasses on. Oh, so, I don't really know what else to talk about. I really don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm flustered on what to talk about. I think I've covered everything. Unless there was something you wanted to talk about.
No. We won't get into politics today.
We won't get into politics today, he says. Good. You know, you have a Facebook now, and you should be talking about politics on your Facebook.
Yeah. No, because I probably get a call from the president.
Or you get a ban or a suspension on your
I'd be banned
account.
before I even get started.
Yeah, that's funny.
There'll be a lot of people who hate me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck either. There's there's plenty of people out there who hate me, and I couldn't care less. That's relatives included. You know, that was actually something I was going to talk about too. Is, you know, I'm not blind or impervious to what's going on. I see the divide, like the black sheep situation where I'm over here and the rest of the family, relatives are over here, which y'all can have each other. I don't give a fuck, because the person who's always ousted is usually the person who doesn't have a problem telling it like it is. Now, I've gone on record here on Facebook and on YouTube. Well, this is YouTube, but I've gone on record on my YouTube channel and even on social media on Facebook where I don't care. I just don't care anymore. You'll disagree with me, which is fine. It doesn't equate to hatred, although most people would view it that way naturally, because that's where we are now. And, you know, we should be able to agree to disagree on some things, but when it comes to things that are factually true, there is no agreeing to disagree. That's what it is. And if you don't like it, that's tough shit. That's the way it is. But most of the time, like with relatives, I notice the divide. I have relatives on Facebook who won't even add me as their friend on Facebook. There are relatives who have me blocked on Facebook, which I think is fucking fabulous, because the trash takes itself out. But more so, I don't have to read their gossip or read their bullshit. And, you know, they brag about their kids. They brag about how perfect their precious little bundles of joy are. And I'm sorry, but your children are overrated. They're not the greatest. And you're actually doing me a favor by blocking me on social media, because I don't want to have to fucking look at you. I'm better off not seeing certain relatives. I mean, I got friends who I consider more family than my own relatives. And I'm sure my dad can agree with that. You would agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
Not just because he's sitting here and I'm putting him on the spot, but we've had these conversations before. My brother and I have had these conversations where we have friends out there who treat us more like family than our own actual family does.
Yeah,
And
we do.
and they, although like when it comes to my atheism, they may be kind of hesitant, or they may not be quick to be accepting of atheism. But the thing is that it's not about religious beliefs. They can believe what they want, and I don't believe anything they believe. That's basically how it is. But when it comes to my relatives, a lot of my relatives have always treated me as a black sheep of the family. I used to frown upon that because I always wanted to be accepted with my relatives. But the older I got, I discovered that I'm actually glad that I'm the black sheep, because I have done more things in my life instead of waiting for them to include me in these things that they do, I, on my own, have traveled, and I'm hoping to continue to travel and explore and to meet people who actually want me around and people who welcome me into their homes and into their lives. Those are the people I stay focused on because I want them in my life just as much. That's family to me. People who love me for me, they want me around, they're happy to hear from me. They're always excited when they see me or when they get a call from me or a text message or anything. Those are my family. My relatives, on the other hand, they're just relatives. They're just people who just so happen to be related on the same bloodline. There's nothing I can do to change that. However, I can pick and choose my family, and most of my relatives don't meet the criteria of family. And I'm sure there's many of you out there who can also agree with that. So, and yeah, while I do get invited to some birthday parties, I get invited to some, whatever, some special party or event going on by my relatives. They invite my dad and I usually come along for the ride. Okay, whatever. It doesn't mean that they have to appreciate my presence there. So in my view, it's like, well, you don't want to add me as a friend on Facebook because obviously whatever it is you have against me, you haven't gotten over that yet. And when we see each other in public, we don't talk anyway. So the mercy invitation does not do me any favors, and I couldn't give a fuck less what is going on in your life because you clearly don't give a fuck about what's going on in mine. So when it comes to certain relatives, I don't get involved in their shit. Although they invite me, they actually invite dad, but they know that I still live with my dad. So they actually invite my dad and I'm just along for the ride. I don't really give a fuck if
I tell you, come on.
but I don't give a fuck if I go to their events. I don't talk to them anywhere else for any other reason at any other time. So I couldn't care less.
Did they ever make an attempt to come over to you, dude?
Oh, no.
Right down the fucking road.
Yeah.
3 miles.
Yep.
They never fucking come down and see us.
No.
Nobody does.
No.
Unless they want something or need
no.
or need a we want to know where a car is or something.
Where can I get a nice set of tires? Or someone died.
Yeah. Well,
cool story, bro, but I don't ever see you any other time.
Right.
So you come over just to tell us that someone died, or you're asking us where we can get a good deal on tires or a car or a blowjob. I don't know. I don't care. There are certain people that I consider family, and they're not blood related to me. None of them are. And he won't shut the fuck up again. That dog just does not stop. You hear that?
Yeah, that sounds like.
That's Bear. Bear! Shut up! Sorry, folks. Don't mean to scream into the mic. You're going to take care of that, or am I going to have to? Because this is annoying as fuck. And I do apologize for those people who are watching, and you have to listen to that. I swear they know when I'm live on YouTube. But anyway, that was one of the bigger points I wanted to make. Nothing I haven't ever discussed before, but I figure it's worth mentioning again, because I know that there's a lot of people who watch this and they too feel as though that they are the black sheep of the family. And I don't know. They are too afraid to speak up and speak out. I'm not. And I'll tell them right to their face. Ow, I hit my knuckle on the edge of the desk. Ouch. But I am not afraid to speak up and speak out about things like that. I have relatives who don't consider me family, and I have very good friends who actually do consider me family, and that's where I gravitate towards. The people who actually want me in their life. And I don't have to fight for position. I don't have to wonder if I matter to people, because my friends make me feel as though I do matter, and they show that I matter. They include me in things. Like last month, I was in the Upper Peninsula. I went to hang out with some very good friends of mine, longtime friends of mine. It was my third visit to where they live in the Upper Peninsula. I told them I'd like to come up and see you. You know how to get here. Come on up. We'll have a bed for you. And that's family. That's family. My own relatives, if they saw me broke down on the side of the road, do you think they would stop to help? No. No. Nope. And I wouldn't want them to, because they're the kinds of people who would say, well, I helped you. Now what are you going to do for me? Little something, something for it. I don't need people like that in my life. You should want to help people finding in the kindness of your own heart. You should want to help anybody. I don't know. When I'm around certain relatives, I just don't feel like I belong in that particular group, because somehow they think they're all that, and they discard me or they shove me to the side because I don't have a wife or kids, but I do have a girlfriend. And speaking of the girlfriend, today marks 2 months that we have been in a relationship. I love you, baby. I'll talk to you in a little while. But I do have a girlfriend. And this is what I also think is funny, because we're down to the last, I want to say 3 or 4 minutes of the show. So I'm going to make this really quick. A lot of my relatives don't know that I have a girlfriend. They're like, well, I didn't know Jared was in a relationship. Of course you didn't know, because I don't fucking tell you my personal stuff. Unless I'm talking about it on Facebook or even here, you're never going to fucking know, because I don't openly have that conversation with you. You don't care about anything else happening in my life. So why should me being in a relationship with a woman be any different from anything else that you don't know about, that you never inquire to talk about? So that's my stance on that. I don't even think Dad knew that. Hey, Dad, did you know that today is 2 months that my girlfriend and I have been together? Today is 2 months. 2 months today that my girlfriend and I have been in a relationship. Did you know that?
That's cool.
Yeah. I was just telling the viewers that a lot of the relatives didn't know that I was in a relationship. It's none of their fucking business anyway. Oh, it's my Sparty hat. But we are closing in on the 4:00 hour. We are 2 minutes out. When I get done here, I am definitely going to open my package and check it out and see what's going on with that. I will wear my Sparty hat for the remaining 2 minutes of the show, just because I am a Sparty fan. East Lansing all the way, go green. But I do appreciate all of you stopping by to indulge me for the past hour. My name is Jared Fuller, aka Jer Bear. That's my nickname. Has been for 33 long years. And hopefully by next week, I'm going to be feeling much better and the sinus infection will be gone. That's the plan, that I want to get better as quickly as possible, so that way you don't have to listen to coughing and sniffles and all that garbage. But Dad's feeding the dogs, feeding the animals. I didn't feed the cats this morning. I thought I fed them. My bad. I just got preoccupied with other things, but we are going to close this out because it is 4:00. And although no one came to the chat room, I think they got discouraged by the fact that I said that I'm not going to allow misconduct or misbehavior in my chat logs. That kind of deters people from wanting to do it, which is fine. But my name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jer Bear. I will see you all next week. Hopefully I'll be feeling much better. The sinus infection will be long gone. If the change of the weather has nothing to do with it. But I love you guys. Have a wonderful week. Peace out. And I'll see you next week. Take care. Have a good one. Sayonara.